you want to get some video games for cheap on PC. I'm going to be going over all of the best ways and best places to get them from. Number one, Steam. Steam just has the best sales. I'm not going to lie. They generally do sales for an entire franchise, or many games have reoccurring sales on top of that. For example, as of the recording of this video, we have pretty much a Warhammer sale where we have a bunch of games that are 35% off, 40% off, $35, 60% off, 20% off, 50% off, 70% off. And I believe there's actually a game for free, so this is normally a $40 game. I mean, say no clue how good it is. It's very positively rated. But, how's that? Just add to account. This isn't as common as you might think, but, there's another place to get free games consistently. The Steam sales, excellent sales. You can find mini games half off if they're a little older. Mini games even 80-90% off if they're a little older. Steam's if you're a PC gamer, Steam's where it's at for sales. If you're going to buy from something like Steam or Epic Games. Moving on to Epic Games, we have the Epic Games launcher, of course. Many of you might know they do give free games weekly. It's generally 1 to 2. For some reason, they're doing mystery games. This week was mystery games. I didn't know what these were until they dropped, and these, we don't know what they're going to be till they drop. But, so the issue with Epic Games is they were trying to grow their platform and popularity by giving out really popular free games, such as GTA 5 was free, Star Wars Battlefront 2 was free. So there were some really notable ones, I believe a year or two, or even 3 years ago. But this is a good selection compared to normal. This is a little bit better than normal. Deliver at All Costs, I believe, is a brand new game that came out very recently. Sifu is a solid game, been out for a little bit. Gigapocalypse, never heard of it, just kind of a random one. But pretty much, if you have an Epic account, just check it every week. A lot of the times you'll be able to see what will be free next week, not always like this time. And around Christmas, they do, I think, a free game like every day for so many days straight. The game selection hasn't been as good in the last year or two as it was compared to like 2 or 3-ish years ago when there was like GTA 5 free and such, like really big games. But still more than notable to keep an eye on. Like, for example, this library. I believe I have bought two video games in this entire library, and you can see I'm just kind of going through, I have 11 pages of games. Like, some of these are $60, some of these are, $25. There's all sorts of stuff that, I mean, I don't play a lot that's on here, but I have 11 pages of free. I don't know how many that is, but that's a lot. 98% of this is free. I have only bought, I think, like I said, I think 2, maybe 3 items. So Epic Games is an excellent place to just get stuff free over time. Alright, moving on to CD keys. So I'm sure many of you know CD keys. It is just pretty much, I believe they make advantage of something like currency exchange, and they get the keys cheaper than what it would be USD. What you can find here is you can find keys for all sorts of launchers. Like you can see right here, we have Xbox launcher, a Windows, like Windows Store, Rockstar, Steam. I believe the bulk of what's sold here are Steam keys though. And for example, Elden Ring Night Rain, it's a little bit cheaper than it would be on Steam, full price. But older games, a great example is Armored Core. If we go to Armored Core here on Steam, Armored Core Fires of Rubicon, it is normally $60. It's currently 40% off, so pretty good deal, so $36. However, CD keys, $28. So it's even cheaper. So pretty much, if you want to buy anything, whether it's brand new or it's been out for a year or 2 or 5 years or so, check CD keys, because there's a good chance it just has the best deal. It's definitely worth checking. And then you also have to make sure it is currently in stock, as if it's a killer deal that saves a lot of money, it'll probably be out of stock for a while. And there is no I don't know when things will come back into stock, if ever. It doesn't seem to be any consistent outcome. So if you see something Like if you see a killer deal, you might want to get it before all the keys are gone. Really solid place. There are also other websites, such as I believe G2A is another popular one. I've never personally used G2A. I have had a friend who has used G2A, so G2A should be good. Any other than CD keys and G2A, I don't know the trustability or reliability of any of the other websites, so you're gonna have to do your own research and see. But CD keys, I've gotten dozens of games through, great prices. Another great website is Humble Bundle. Humble Bundle has bundles of games that I believe are all Steam keys. I don't think I've seen another platform, but you know, Steam is the greatest anyways. So we got bundles here, games, book, software. We're interested in the games, and they'll generally have like 3 to 5, maybe 1.6 bundles at a time. So you have a bunch of bundles of various franchises. So they bundle the games by them being in the same franchise or type of game. So like they put, you know, similar games from the same developer or the same series, or games that are just similar genre will generally be paired together. And it's pretty random what it is. So I don't buy most of the bundles because I don't want most of the bundles, but if it's a bundle for a series you care about, it's very good. So for example, we got a Xbox Game Studio bundle. So here, $214 value, 8 games. So for $214, like, is what you would be paying full price, I believe, for all these games. But I believe, yeah, $10 for $214 worth of games. Full price. Full price, of course. Like, if you got all these games individually on sale, you would still spend much more. Like, I don't care about any of these games personally. Maybe you like Wasteland, or you want to try Ori, or I can't really speak for most of these games, but if we go to Humble Bundle, this website right here, and we look at Humble Bundles from the past, you can get an idea of what kind of genres. For example, we had one here where I believe it was multiple of the Doom games and Wolfenstein games. So yeah, 12 games, like all the Doom games, Wolfenstein games. But it looks like mostly the whole franchise for like Doom and Wolfenstein. Yeah, Doom Eternal. So it's really good bundle. We keep looking. There was another notable one. It's like Ghost Runner 1 and 2, I believe, was in this bundle for dirt cheap. I believe Destiny 2 had a bundle where it was like $30-something for the entire franchise, including the most expensive content. Let me pull that up. Yes, like the Final Shape plus annual pass is like $60 at the time of when this bundle came out. Maybe you could get a little off sale, or a little for sale, but it was like $40 or less for several years worth of content. Very good bundle. Monster Hunter bundle was like Monster Hunter Rise and World. I believe there was a bundle where it was like all the Batman Arkham Knight games in one. So there's some really killer bundles in here, but you gotta just kind of check and make sure it's something you actually, want to play. I believe I've gotten 2 VR bundles. I haven't played VR in a little bit, but I have gotten like $400 to $500 worth of VR games for like $40, $50 from 2 different bundles in the past. Humble Bundle, very solid. They also have, I believe, the Humble Choice, which is like a subscription service. You get to choose. Yeah, you get a curated mix of PC games every month. And you can buy brand new games with a discount. I have a friend who has Humble Choice, which is why he has so many games. It's only $12 per month, and you can skip a month or cancel anytime. So it's pretty nice. But Humble Bundle is very solid. Not always is the bundle you want, but when it is, dang, amazing price. And here we are back at Steam. So why am I back here in Steam? It's Steam Family Share. That's what I want to go over here. So it used to be friend share. No, I think it was still Steam Family Share was a feature where you could give, I think, 1 or 2 friends access to your library when you're not playing them. They have since updated the feature to where you can have a Steam family of up to 6 people, where everyone's copy of the game is pooled together. So let's look at Helldivers here. Between the 6 of us in our Steam family, we have 4 of us with Helldivers, and we each have, different, how do I say it? we each have different DLC for this game. Another great example is Risk of Rain. I have my copy, which I only have the base game, a friend with the base game, and then 2 people with different amounts of DLC. So before I go into how you can use each other's DLC, I'll state that when you're in a Steam family, they don't have control over your games. You can remotely turn off a game for family. So say, for example, someone's trying to play a game that you're trying to play, and you tell them to stop and they won't. You just take it off as an option for them. You just remove the option for them to play it, and you can play it, and you can relist it later. You still have full control over your game, and even if I'm using someone's copy, say I'm using Finster's copy right here, it will still be my account progress. It won't be his account progress at all. It's still, you pretty much just get to use his copy of the game with on your own account, with your own save. You're not using any of his stuff. You don't have access to his account. With that being said, the way it works is if you have multiple people with different levels of DLC, you can choose their copy over your own. Another great example is Elden Ring. Out of the 4 people in here that own it, only one of us has the DLC, because only one of us really needs the DLC. As long as we take turns, only one of us needs to buy the DLC. So essentially, you can have 6 people splitting costs, 6 people chip in maybe like $10 for each for a $60 game, a $60 single player game, and you all take turns playing it. And if you're in offline mode, if you go into offline mode on Steam, I think everyone can play it at once. Because if you're in offline mode, it can't be detected who's playing it. So as long as the game's launched in offline mode and everyone launches in offline mode individually, you're just fine. Everyone can play all at once. And, going back to Helldivers 2, the max team size in Helldivers is 4 people, of course. So with 6 people, you just only need 4 copies, and then 6 people can take turns with the 4 copies. And if there's a game that you don't want to buy, but you just want to try it, you can check your Steam family, or maybe you can get your friend into buying it for himself and then try it out that way. Like, for example, Balatro. I have 170 hours in Balatro. Finn owns this game, I don't. So, I've never bought it, but I've played a massive amount of Balatro. So what you can do is you can just kind of go 50-50 on a game, because you'll both have access to it, or go 60-40, the person paying 60% of it gets, has it on their account, so they technically own it. Work out whatever deal you want among your friends. But essentially, you can just save a massive amount of money. Cyberpunk was free for me. I haven't played Clair Obscur. I've heard it's an insanely good game. Free for me because the family share. And if you look on the side here, going down all the way here, 831 games in the Steam family. So between the 6 of us, I'm scrolling down this list. I don't own any of these games, yet I have full access to all of them, which is pretty good. I'm still scrolling. Yeah, there's a lot. So one last thing, or 2 final things gotta go over, is not every game is available for Steam family. Like a game like Destiny 2, where DLC is super important. You can't just have 6 people splitting a DLC multiple ways. It's a game where it's just not allowed. There's certain games where the Steam family share is just not allowed. Otherwise, the developers, people who make the game, would lose so much money in DLC. Like hundreds and hundreds in DLC. The other thing is because it is family, it's meant to be used with your family, even though most people use it with their friends, I believe. Because it's Steam family share, family members don't actually change that often. So when someone joins the Steam family, or when you join a Steam family, you're locked into that family for a year. So say, someone joins the Steam family and then you boot them or they leave for whatever reason, that slot, like say you're 5 out of 6 now because that person left, that last slot for the 6th person is locked for a year. No one else can join it for a year, and I believe the person who left can't join another Steam family for a year. We made that mistake. We have 2 accounts that are just kind of not active. They don't play at all. It was meant for them to be there very temporarily, and we haven't found anyone to replace them, so they're still in there. But just make sure that make sure the Steam family is who you want it to be. Otherwise, it's a year of waiting time. So just keep that in mind. So that is a drawback. You can't just, you have 12 friends all with different libraries of different games. You can't swap them in and out. That's not going to work, unfortunately. But pretty much use Steam Family, any single player game, and if you and your friends have interest in it, split the cost. And yeah, that's it's as simple as that. Split the cost for single player games, or take turns on multiplayer games. Get it a lot cheaper. And that's all the ways that at least I know of that you can save a drastic amount of money to buy games. It's pretty much the Humble Bundle and Steam Family Share and Steam Sales. It's only available on Steam. I can't think of any other platform that is so giving or has as cheap prices. So I hope this information was useful to you. I would ask for a like and sub. It would mean the world to me. I will be coming out with other content similar to this just to be useful to y'all, doing some game reviews, gaming information, and such and such. But I hope y'all enjoyed.